Hello, my name is Prescott Engel, and I am the director of this film. Now, the purpose of this is to make everyone aware of this psychological affliction called cinephilitis. And what cinephilitis does is make somebody extraordinarily infatuated with film and all things cinema related. Now, an important point is to not be confused with cinephilitis, and that would indicate a strong love for Chinese people. Cinephilitis is something that has deeply affected my life and my brother's life. He quotes films all day long, and there is no stopping him. And although this affliction is not recognized by the psychological community at large, there have been a few psychologists who have written papers about it in the New England Journal of Medicine. Now, I want to make you aware, isn't it ironic? I'm making a film about people who quote films. Now, I want to make you all aware of this disease, and I hope that you will go to your local charities and help fight against this. It's great for you to come here today.
Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
So, thanks for coming today. Well, how you doing?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Alright, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Let's just start out with something easy. What was your father's name?
Con!
Where were you born?
Greenbow, Alabama.
So let's start by lightening up the mood a little. Do you have a really funny story you can tell us?
One morning I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I don't know.
When I'm playing soccer, him yelling at me, "Run, Forrest, run!" And even though he's 29, he still lives at home. And every morning when he comes downstairs, he's always like, "Good morning, Vietnam." It's been a roller coaster ride.
My parents have always wanted to introduce me to good cinema early on. We did not start off with terrible things like Battlefield Earth or anything of that magnitude of just absolute nonsense. So I believe that it was due to that, my parents' love of good cinema and constantly showing me good cinema, that I suffer from this debilitating psychological cinephilitis that is just, it's been rough.
It's a bear.
It's an absolute bear.
Well, I want to thank you for inviting me here to talk about this disorder today, and I'm intrigued that you've actually made a new diagnosis, created a new field of psychiatric medicine here with this diagnosis of cinephilitis, and I have to concur. I think it's a real disorder. I'm very impressed with the number of cases you've observed of this, and I certainly have seen many in my practice, and I think that we have a lot to learn about this very, very damaging and serious disorder. I do believe it runs in families, although I don't think it's inherited. I think we tend to see clusters in families in certain areas. People with satellite dishes living in a trailer in remote places, often we see large numbers of members of the family all suffering from this disorder. I really don't know what the treatment's going to hold. It's really unclear whether this is a true psychotic disorder that needs to be treated with strong psychotropic drugs like haloperidol, or whether this is just a behavior disorder that can be managed with appropriate behavioral modifications, psychotherapy and such. Time will tell. But I think this is a really, really important diagnosis, and we need to actively pursue case series and see what we can learn about these people and how to help them fit in. Its similarity to the very disruptive disorder Tourette's is striking, and hopefully we can find, again, some useful treatments for these people and get them back into a useful life.
It's been a long road, And honestly, I hope that through donations that eventually where we're going, we won't need roads.
Now, I'm sure you had a favorite snappy comeback like they do in every other action movie. Do you mind sharing with us what that was?
Your father was a hamster, and your mother smelt of elderberry bushes. Now go away, or I will be forced to taunt you a second time.
Okay, so whenever he drives me home from school, sometimes he'd be like, hi ho, it's home we go, hi ho, da na 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 na. And whenever we come home from seeing a movie, oh my gosh, like after we saw Casablanca, that is a huge thing. And he'll, like the whole car ride home, he's like, Louis, round up the usual suspects. Oh, it's interesting.
What's your favorite movie? What's the one you reference the most?
Probably the one that I reference the most has got to be Star Wars. It just, there's so many things through that movie that are quotable that a lot of times when I'm in the grocery store and they say, you know, that'll be $5, and I'll just be, this isn't the $5 you're looking for. And people just don't get it. I mean, they look at me, they think I'm crazy. You know.
How extreme would you consider your condition?
Cinephilitis? Well, it goes to 11. I am not an animal. I am a man, just like you. And I want people to recognize that. And I want funding to get the help that I need so that I, much like the Elephant Man, am not shunned and pointed and stared at.
Now, I heard you have some apartment troubles. Would you mind telling me about that?
They may take my land, but they will never take my freedom.
Well, what are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna make him an offer you can't refuse.
Okay, so one time we went to the lake with it was Dad, me, and Will. And so the whole time Will was like, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Then this one kid, he fell off his jet ski and started drowning. So Dad like pulled him into the boat, was doing CPR, and the whole time Will was like, it's alive! It's alive!
Do you see any professional? Do you seek any professional help, a psychologist or psychiatrist or?
Mostly, I just see dead people. But I have seen Dr. Leo Marvin, a breaking psychologist in this field. I had gone to several psychologists before, and they weren't well versed in cinephilitis. We would reach a certain point, and there was just no more that we could do. And you know, they tried to prescribe me certain things that just wouldn't work. But Dr. Leo Marvin, he's been groundbreaking, and he's been instrumental to me in being able to, you know, battle this psychological illness and be able to, you know, make certain connections with people, and hopefully, you know, through our work together that I will be able to finally overcome this. And I do have to say though that a lot of this documentary, you've kind of been smiling a lot. So do I amuse you? Am I a clown? Am I here to amuse you like a clown?
I just, you're just a funny guy.
I had him going. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I had him going. He thought, I wouldn't trust you. I think you would fold under questioning.
No, you did. You got me. Good work. I applaud that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. See, it's not as bad as everybody says. Sometimes it can be fun. Sometimes nobody appreciates that at all. I mean, you know, when you get your medication and you say hello to my little friend, nobody enjoys that.
Now, are you in a relationship with anybody?
Relationships. What can one say about relationships? I mean, you try to start one and you try to, you know, you hope you get the classic, you had me at hello. However, most of the time, most women only put up with it for a short amount of time before they just say, I'm packing my bags and I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. And you know, it's tough. It's tough. One day with like I said, with the help of Dr. Leo Marvin, be able to, you know, work towards, and as well as living on my own. Baby steps, exact. I'm taking baby steps down the stairs, Baby steps towards the elevator. I mean, I am baby stepping all over the place right now, and I really hope that, someday that this will be something that's much more manageable for me.
Mm-hmm. Say to those kids out there,
May the force be with you.
very funny. But anything at all?
At the end of the day, all I can say is Hakuna Matata.
Surely you can't be serious.
I'm serious about this disease, and don't call me Shirley.
That'll do, pig. See, I can do it too. But anyway, thanks a lot for coming today. I really appreciate it.
Live long and prosper.
Thank you. Do you think you can do this again sometime?
I'll be back.
Crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's choking now. The clock's run out. Time's up. Over. Plow. Snap back to reality.
Hasta la vista, baby.